Well, I hope everybody's all right. It's another slightly dull day outside, but I kind of like that weather. So it's been good to see. I better pass my phone over and Claire can turn it off. That would be great. Which reminds me, Claire told me yesterday that it wasn't as clear as I thought it was, and that maybe I should have stuck to Martin Luther. I think the phrase was she wasn't sure which day was which by the time we'd finished doing it. So that wasn't great. So I'm sorry about that if it wasn't very clear and wasn't very helpful. There's a conversation going on at the other side here. I don't think Claire knows how to turn off the phone. So that's great. Right, today, question really that I thought would be good to talk to you about is who is in charge? I think that's the real issue that's going on at this time. Who is in charge? Lots of people are watching the news all the time, but nobody's really getting any answers to what's going on. And then other people I've heard have totally given up on watching the news because it's the same thing all the time. I don't know whether you watch the briefing and there's real hope every couple of weeks that maybe an end is in view, but nobody knows. And they're doing their best, I'm sure, and we should pray for them, but it's still not clear. Even doctors, when you speak to them, are not totally sure exactly when this will end and how this will happen. Nobody is completely sure when or if there will be a vaccine. So the question is, who is in charge? And it leaves us all feeling a little bit unnerved, a little bit unsure. We want to blame somebody, we want to take control, but there seems no one to go to. And that brings real fear. But the answer to that question is that the one who's in charge loves you far, far more than you love yourself. The answer to that question is the one who's in charge is Jesus Christ. After he died on the cross and he rose victorious over sin, death, hell, evil, he ascended into heaven. And before he ascended, he said, all authority in heaven and earth has been given to me. We might not know what is happening, and we might think if we did know, it would be okay, but that's not the case. But what we do know is that the one who is in charge loves you so much that he died for you. That the one who's in charge loves you at your worst. The one who's in charge fought for you and won for you on the cross. The one who's in charge will be seen to be in charge. The Bible says, and this is shown that he will be the judge of the living and the dead because God has raised him up. He is the one in charge. And even though we don't know what's going on, we know that he sits on the throne. He rules over all, and that he loves you, and that he cares for you. And even though it's very confusing at this time and difficult, it would be good for you to trust in the Lord with all your heart. Don't lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he actually will make your path, even through this, straight. Trust him. Trust him. And one day, he will make sense of everything. May God really keep you and bless you. Looking forward to the Lord's Day tomorrow. I love you. Pray for you all, members of Mount, by name, and pray for anybody else who's listening, and pray for you. And hopefully see you soon. Bye.